Okay, guys, I'm back. Now I'm going to explain you the vocabulary about occupation. So this is the vocabulary number 3. So in this vocabulary, we're going to apply the plural rules that I just explained in the last video. Okay, so watch the PDF file that I sent about the professions or the occupations. Okay. I'm sorry. So the first occupation that I have on this video is chef. But how do I form the plural on this occupation? So in this case, if there is one person, I can say I am a chef. But let's imagine that I'm talking about two or more people. I can say they are chefs. Remember that based on the plural rule, when I have chef, for me to form the plural, I just add up s at the end of it. So instead of I say chefs, I say chefs. Chefs. Two chefs, three chefs, four chefs. They are chefs. My sister and my mother are chefs. Robert and Laura are chefs. Okay? Very good. So the next occupation that I have over here is writer. For example, Gabriel Garcia Marquez is a writer. Um, Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra is a writer. Let me see who else is a good writer. Well, Juan Bosch was a good writer, famous writer. So, writer is a person who writes. Okay, so that is a writer. Good. So, um, for me to form the plural of writer, I just have to add s at the end of it. For example, writer, the plural with writers. My sister and my mother are writers. You are a writer. He is a writer. She is a writer. But me and my wife are writers. My my father and my mother are writers. Okay, good. So the next word that I have for here is manager. A manager is a person that manage a company, manage a team. So it's a person that is in charge of the process in a company. Okay, so it's a person that leads, is a leader of a group or a company. So, or a department, depending on the company. So for me to make the plural of this word manager, I just have to add up s at the end of it. So it's really easy. So if I say, for example, one manager, I can say two managers, or they are managers, we are managers, okay? You are managers, or you are a manager. Listen that. You are a manager, you are managers, okay? So that is the difference between, because one you is singular and the other one is plural, okay, guys? So I have another one occupation over here that is scientist. For example, the people that is investigating about the coronavirus, they are scientists. Okay, so those people who are investigating about new things linked to the science, they are scientists. But for me to form the plural of scientist is scientists. Scientists. One scientist, two scientists, two scientists, one scientist, two scientists. I am a scientist. You are a scientist. But my sister and my daughter, they are scientists. Okay, good. So I have the next one that is a doctor. Doctor is really easy. I am a doctor, you're a doctor. So doctor, you just have to add up s at the end of it. For example, they are doctors. My sister and my mother are doctors. So that is a big difference how to make it. Okay, it's really easy. You just have to practice, because if you practice, you get the perfection. That's it. So I have another one that is engineer. Engineer. That's the pronunciation. Engineer. So for example, engineer, I have many brands of engineering. For example, I have civil engineer. I have industrial engineer. So you have many type of engineers. I have a mechanic engineer. I have, for example, uh, automotive engineer, The people who works with space, oh my God, well, I don't have a name right now in my head, but engineer, for me to form the plural of engineer is engineers. I just have to add up s at the end of it, and that's it. It's really easy. I am an engineer, you're an engineer, he's an engineer, she's an engineer. You are engineers. We are engineers. Okay? So I have other one that is photographer. What is a photographer? Photographer is a person that take photos. So if people who likes to take it as a hobby, to anywhere they go, they're carrying a camera to take picture to every person that they see. So photographer is the person, say it again, to take photos. So from I am a photographer, I have one photographer friend. I have a friend photographer. But what about you? So are you a photographer? Yes. I guess you are a photographer because you're carrying a camera. But what about the others? Are they photographers? Yes, they are photographers. Photographers. So you have to add an S at the end of it. One photographer, two photographers. Okay? I have a pilot. Pilot is a person who conducts a plane, a flight. For example, from Dominican Republic to New York, the people doesn't go by train. The people used to go by planes. So the people who drives the planes are pilots. Okay, so I have a pilot friend, a friend pilot. So how do I form the plural of pilot? I just have to add s at the end of the word. One pilot, two pilots. One pilot, two pilots. One pilot, two pilots. My friend is a pilot. My mother and my sister are pilots. Okay? So, people, this is the occupation vocabulary number 3. Keep rocking, keep working hard, keep pushing yourself up for you to get the perfection. Remember that English is not a matter of today I sleep and tomorrow I know English. English is practice. Every single day, practice, 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 practice. Because the practice make the perfection. So, people, bye bye and take care.